Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Jake from today'siphone.com. It's nice to be back, so let's get started. Alright, so let's start off with a little bit of jailbreak news. Now, you may or may not know that the untethered jailbreak for iOS 5 devices that aren't the iPad 2 or the iPhone 4S has been live for a couple of weeks now, so that's great for those of you with those devices, but there are a large portion of you with the iPad 2 or the iPhone 4S still waiting for that untethered or even a tethered jailbreak. And I have some good news on that front. Pod2G, the guy behind the untethered jailbreak for the other iOS devices, released a statement on his blog saying that he has put together a dream team to, work through the issues that they're having and finally get a jailbreak out to the public. Now, this team is comprised of a handful of pretty highly respected and accomplished developers in the jailbreak community, including Muscle Nerd and Planet Being and Post6 Ninja. So hopefully these guys can put their heads together and get this untethered jailbreak out to iOS 5 devices with an A5 processor, which as of now is only the iPhone 4 and the iPad 2, as soon as possible. Alright, moving right along, I'm sure none of you need reminding that with the new year comes a whole new round of Apple rumors. So let's run down some of the most likely or most rumored products that we might be seeing in 2012. Now, of course, the first thing on the list is the iPad 3, and it's basically a given that we will see an iPad 3 sometime in 2012. So the rumors are leaning more towards what the device is going to be like when it does come out, rather than will it come out. So we've heard everything from an A6 processor to a Retina display to a complete physical redesign to a mini version. Now, the most recent round of iPad rumors claims that the iPad 3 will have a higher HD resolution display, a better camera, and better battery life, but it really won't be that amazing because it's only a sort of stopover until the iPad 4 comes out, which allegedly will be coming out 6 to 7 months after the iPad 3, but if the past is any indication, this won't happen. Apple's not going to release an iPad 3 just months before the iPad 4. It doesn't make sense financially, doesn't make sense to the customers, it just no. So my best guess would be that the iPad 3 will get a bump in the screen resolution. Also, we'll probably see a bump in the camera resolution. As far as design goes, I'm sure it'll stay basically the same. We could see a redesigned home button, and, we've been hearing rumors for a while now that they could get rid of the home button entirely, and at first I was super against it, but I have to admit, I don't use the home button on my iPad anymore. With the multi-touch gestures just right there on the screen as I'm doing stuff, I really don't use it that much at all, except when I accidentally press it while watching a video on Netflix, and then it's just infuriating that it even exists. So, those are my thoughts on that. It'd be nice if Apple threw in a wild card somewhere in there to, surprise the customers a little bit, but I don't know what that could be. Next, we have the iPhone 6, not the iPhone 5, because, as you know, the iPhone 4S is the 5th generation iPhone, so it would make sense for them to call the 6th generation iPhone the iPhone 5. So yes, the iPhone 6 is the next iPhone that will be coming out, hopefully sometime in 2012, and I don't know anything about it. I mean, we've talked these iPhone rumors to death. Better camera, bigger screen, redesigned home button, thinner profile, all that usual stuff. So at least with the iPhone, it feels like there's a grab bag of rumors, and you never know which ones Apple will pull out of the bag, but it's probably going to be at least a few of those. Now, one thing I did want to share with you about the next-gen iPhone is this mock-up that hit the web this week. It's called the iPhone SJ, after Steve Jobs, and it looks really nice. It's designed by a guy named Antonio De Rosa at ADR Studios, and, it's thin, it has a nice big screen, it keeps with the style that Apple usually does, but it looks more updated and sleek, and generally just something that I would want. And the other things Cam lists in his article are, of course, the Apple HD TV, updated iPods, updated Macs. And nothing really that surprising here. The only completely new product would be the Apple TV, not the box, the actual HD TV. And of course, we've been talking about that for a while anyway. So basically, 2012 has the potential to be a very exciting and cool year for Apple. But it also could just be a year of minor updates and rumors. Lots and lots of rumors. And finally, news broke that an Apple event was scheduled for sometime in late January. But it's not in San Francisco as usual, it's actually in New York, which, it seems fitting since they just opened that gigantic store in Grand Central Station. Now it appears the man in charge will be Eddie Q, who is the Senior VP of Internet Software and Services. So the event will most likely center around some sort of software, whether that's Newsstand or iAd or the App Store or anything else is not certain, but I think it'd be safe to say that I don't expect any new product launches at this event. Okay, well that's all the big news for this week, guys. Before I go, I want to leave you with a question of the day, and that is, out of the 5 products mentioned in Cam's prediction article, that would be the iPad 3, the iPhone 6, the Apple HD TV, new iPods, and new Macs, which one are you most likely to buy? If every single one of those was going to come out in 2012, which one would you be saving up your money to spring for? Personally, I'd go for the iPhone 6. I have the iPhone 4 right now, so by the time the 6 comes out, I will be due for an upgrade. So hopefully that's sometime pretty soon. I'd love to know what you think, so let me know in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter at TIP_Jake. As always, the links to everything I talked about in this video are in the description down below. And there's also a link to my personal YouTube channel, youtube.com/Flinro. I posted a vlog there a couple days ago. So if you haven't gotten enough of me already, you can go check that out and subscribe if you like it. And don't forget, for more news, views, and reviews, definitely check out today'siphone.com. I was moving rusty metal things the other day, and now I have it caught on my hand and it's swollen, and that can't be good. So let's run down some of the most likely or most rumored products that we might be seeing in 2012. 2011. 2012? Oh my god, what year is it? It's 2012.